Some have said that it's because Haley Barbour, Bobby Jindal, Bob McDonnell are in town for the free politicians from out of state. But that's the wind beneath the wings and behind the backs of Jason Plummer and Bill Brady to carry in victory next Tuesday. Well, we are delighted to be here in downtown Homer, Glen. And what a treat to be in Illinois, where our first Republican president was elected 150 years ago. Which should remind you that good presidents can actually come from Illinois.
Well, probably not in this thing.
I want to thank Haley Barbour, the chairman of the Republican Governors Association. He has done a terrific job for 4 years, building to this day where we've got 37 governor's races. Next Tuesday, we're going to elect the highest number of Republican governors in modern American history, and Bill Brady is going to be one of them. Thank you, Haley Barbour. And I'm delighted to be with my friend Bobby Jindal, a model governor for Republicans across this country, who's done a marvelous job turning things around, putting conservative ethical practices in place. He's done a great job in the state of Louisiana, and I'm delighted to be here with them today. I think we should give a round of applause to the hardest working woman in Illinois right now, and that's the future First Lady, Nancy Brady. She has... I can tell you the hardest job my wife of 34 years has ever had, next to marry me, was campaigning for 2 years to help get me elected last year. And I know that Nancy and her daughter and 2 sons have just done a great job. And how about that Kate Brady on TV saying what a great job her dad's going to do as governor? Well, we've come because we believe deeply in Bill Brady. We believe that he and Jason Plummer are just going to make a terrific team to turn the state of Illinois around. And I've come to tell you that what you all did for me and for Chris Christie last year was just terrific. We felt like we were the tip of the spear, starting the Republican wave. We had over 100 people from Illinois that came to Virginia and worked for weeks to be able to help get me over the top last year. And I now have the honor to hold the same seat held by Thomas Jefferson and Patrick Henry, the first 2 governors of Virginia. Thank you, friends of Illinois, for doing that. But it's not just about winning and taking credit for a victory and about having the perks of office, but I can tell you Republican governors make a difference. Next year, we have a redistricting year. Next year, we're going to have a major discussion nationally about the 10th Amendment, about the role of government, about the state and federal balance, and about what the right policies are to get our country back on a solid fiscal track. And so it's critically important that we elect Republican governors. And there's a couple of good reasons why. Haley Barbour came in with a $720 million deficit, and in his first term, he turned it around, balanced the budget with no tax increases, and Mississippi's a better state today. Governor Jindal came in and inherited a $300 million tax increase that his predecessor left him. And one of the first things he did was to repeal that, so he took the burden off the families and businesses in the state of Louisiana. And my predecessor, Governor Tim Kaine, chairman of the Democratic National Committee, left me a tremendous gift too. We had a $4 billion budget deficit in January, and he decided to raise $2 billion in taxes proposed in the budget, the largest in the history of Virginia. You know what? We said that's not the right thing to do in the middle of the worst recession in modern history. And so we cut $4 billion out of the budget. We killed the tax increase, and now we've got a $400 million surplus in Virginia. Fiscal conservative principles actually work. Your governor, to be Bill Brady, understands that. He's coming into a time when you've got over $11 billion in debt. Probably by the time he introduces his budget, it might be $15 billion in debt here in Illinois. He's facing nearly a 10% unemployment rate. And so he understands that there's got to be things done to turn this situation around with fiscal conservative principles. He's looked at Washington and said, we don't need more of that one-size-fits-all womb-to-tomb solutions from Washington that take over the federal health care system and micromanage GM and other parts of the free enterprise system and try to pass bills like card check and cap and trade and layer new taxes and regulation. That's not the way to prosperity, but it's by keeping taxes and regulation and litigation low so that more people can live in freedom to pursue their God-given talents, to pursue the American dream. That's the secret of American success, and that's what we need more of here in Illinois. So, you're going to have a guy that gets it. Look at his record. He's a small businessman. He's been a successful developer in Southern Illinois. He spent years in the legislature successfully getting things through, like pension reform, toughening the laws against sexually violent predators, enacting benefits for property tax relief for disabled veterans. He's been successful in business, knows how to deal with the legislature. There's one thing that we need more in government right now. It's people that have had to make a payroll, understand the bottom line, and understand that you have to run business a little bit more like a government, more like a business. So, it's now up to you. You've got 6 days and 5 minutes left until the polls close. And you're the boots on the ground. You got an extraordinary candidate in Bill Brady. In fact, I like him so much, I'm coming back and doing a fundraiser for him on Friday morning because it's so important. But you've got a team that are going to send a message around the country that ethical, fiscal, conservative principles are needed to turn things around in Illinois, and you got a great leader in Bill Brady and Jason Plummer to make this team a reality. And so now it's up to you with these handful of days left. You've heard from Bobby, you've heard from Haley about what you need to do and why this is important. I'll leave you with this story. When I ran for Attorney General in 2005, my daughter was the first lieutenant in Iraq. And you remember seeing those images of those women crying in the streets when the 70% of the people in Iraq turned out to vote under the threat of IEDs and snipers going to the polls. Well, guess what? In Virginia that year, only 45% of the people turned out. I thought that was a travesty for our freedom and democracy. Don't let that happen to you here. Do everything you can these last 6 days to make sure that you don't leave one stone unturned, don't leave one person uncontacted. There's so many things that you can do. You can send emails out to your friends, your family, your business associates, telling them that you believe in Bill Brady. You can knock on doors this Saturday and Sunday and Monday, look at voters in the eye and tell them why Bill Brady is best for fiscal responsibility and jobs in this state. You can tell them that if you want more jobs to be created and get out of this 10% unemployment rate in Illinois, the only answer is Bill Brady. If you want to see taxes kept low, you don't want a 33% tax increase, you want Bill Brady's solutions, which are fiscal responsibility. There's so many things you can do to make sure you have a victory on November 2nd. If you keep doing that hard work of freedom, I guarantee you, Illinois will lead the nation. We'll have more Republican governors than any time in history, and Illinois will be back on the right track with Bill Brady. Thank you. God bless.
Governor here in Illinois, you're going to help make it happen, is the state senator from this district and the leading Republican in the state Senate. Help me welcome Christine Radonio.